Good morning, students. We are back to our math session. I welcome you all to a new day of a new week. On Friday, we ended our chapter 7. Today, we are going to begin a new chapter. So, let's begin. We are going to begin chapter 10, Understanding Elementary Shapes. This chapter is just the continuation of chapter 9. Chapter 9 was all about basic geometrical ideas. So we are going to learn more about geometrical figures in this chapter. So let's begin part 1 and see what all things we are going to learn in part 1. Before beginning chapter 10, let's revise chapter 9 and see what things we had learned. We had learnt about some basic figures like segment, line, ray, etc. What is a segment? A segment is a figure having a fixed measurement. It has a starting point, it has an ending point. You can always measure a segment. A line has two arrowheads at both the ends, which tells you that a line cannot be measured. A line is infinite. A ray has a starting point, but it doesn't have a ending point. Just like line, array also cannot be measured. Array is infinite. We also learnt about few pairs of lines, right? These were intersecting lines and parallel lines. In the first figure, you can see two lines are intersecting, and there is a red dot which is the point of intersection. The second figure shows parallel lines. Parallel lines are those lines which do not intersect each other, rather which do not meet each other. We had also seen one more pair of lines which intersect each other at 90 degrees. Here you can see very clearly the two lines are intersecting at 90 degrees. Such lines are called as perpendicular lines. Very good. So, intersecting lines, parallel lines, perpendicular lines are few pairs of lines that we had learnt about. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we are going to concentrate on line segment and learn about measuring line segments. Here, I am giving you a line segment AB. How to measure this line segment? In your geometry box, you have a ruler and a pair of dividers. A ruler is marked along its edges. On one edge, you will find divisions from 0 to 15. Each division is 1 centimeter. This is further divided into 10 equal parts, and each part is 1 mm or 1 millimeter. In this way, we have the formula 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. You all must have got this scale in your geometry box which measures 15 degree. A long ruler will measure 30 centimeter and this is 15 centimeter. Okay. The next one you can see is a pair of dividers. We are also going to learn how to use pair of dividers. First, let us learn use of ruler. How to use a ruler. We can use a ruler to measure the length of a line segment. Place the 0 mark against one end point, that is a starting point, and read the mark against the other end point. In the given figure, we can see the 0 mark is aligned at point A, and the other point, that is the end point, is at 5 centimeter. So we can say that the given line segment AB is 5 centimeter. Always start the starting point from 0 and not in between 0 and 1 or from 1. The correct way of using a ruler is always to start from 0. So we can say the first figure is rightly used and the second way of placing the ruler is wrong. You may commit mistake. But even if your way of taking or placing the ruler is correct, sometimes there is a scope of error, mistakes in this procedure. Sometimes the ruler may be too thick, it may be blunt, one corner might be broken or something like this. So to avoid all this, what we can use is we can use a pair of divider. How to use this? Now let's take this given segment. Okay, this is a given segment. Let's measure using a divider. So how do we use it? First, we place the divider on the line segment to be measured. See in the figure. Then without disturbing the opening of the divider, place it on the ruler, keeping one of its points on 0. In this way, we get the accurate measure of the line segments to be measured. We are going to look into this when we solve exercises. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, angles. We see angles around us. The open end of edges of scissor, the hockey stick, the mop, your arm stretched, the chair, sofa. These are all the angles around us. So let's learn more about angles. So we are going to learn about even measuring angles. But what is an angle? An angle is formed when two rays originate from a single point. An angle is the amount of turn between two rays or the amount of turn one ray may take to coincide with the other arm. Just as we used the ruler and the divider to measure line segments, we will use another instrument from the geometry box, which is called as the protractor. A protractor is an instrument in your geometry box which is in the shape of a semicircle. It has degrees marked on it both in clockwise and anti-clockwise directions from 0 degree to 180 degree. It is very important to place a protractor correctly. So let's learn how to place a protractor correctly. Look in the video. Okay. Place the 0 of the protractor at the vertex of the angle to be measured. Then place its base along one of the arms of the angle. Can you see? See. One of the arms of the angle. Now start counting the degrees from this side only, from the side of the protractor aligned, and then read off. Yeah, this is 115. See again. Start reading off. Tilt your protractor and now read off. This angle is 115 degree. Okay. Let's learn more. Let's continue and learn more few things about the protractor. Protractor has a center. It has a baseline. It has inner scale and outer scale. Now suppose if you want to measure an angle. Yes, we have already seen we have to place the 0 of the protractor at the vertex of the angle and then place its base along one of the arms of the angle. So this angle measures 40 degrees. Let's see. This angle measures 115 and this angle measures 90 degrees. Now what is this 40 degree, 115 degree, 90 degrees? What are these? These are all types of angles. We have already seen few types of angles in our previous class, that is in 5th standard. That is, we have already seen right angle. A right angle measures exactly 90 degrees. Okay. The next that we have already seen is an angle that measures more than 0 but less than 90 degree. Such an angle is called as an acute angle, an angle that measures between 0 to 90 degree. We have one more angle, that is an angle which is more than 90 but less than 180. That is an angle that is in between 90 and 180, more than 90. Remember, such an angle is called as an obtuse angle. So right, acute and obtuse angles are the angles that you have already learned. This was just a recap. Now we will be seeing some special angles. Look at the first angle. Now this angle marks a complete angle. You can see it's a complete angle, and this complete angle measures 360 degrees. It will just make a circle. Okay, a circle. Now if there is an angle which measures more than 180 but less than 360 degrees, it's called as a reflex angle. So the number will lie between 180 and 360. Here you can see this angle measures 245 degrees. And the last angle is exactly 180 degrees, which is called as a straight angle. You can see the straight angle just like a line. Yes, it's a straight line. So this straight line measures 180 degrees. So right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle, complete angle, reflex angle and straight angle are the 6 types of angles. So here we stop in part 1. We'll be back soon after we finish exercise 10.1 and 10.2, which are based on these questions are based on this part 1. Okay, so we will be continuing. So this was all for